Our Maker designed each of us to express a unique part of himself through his only Son, to whom he has entrusted the completion of the creation. Our willingness to let his Son express himself through us will determine what our world is like and whom we are like. He has foreseen both of these outcomes, and Christ has borne the corruption of the world and our nature, along with the redemption outside time in eternity. So in this present time, we're therefore between two worlds. In us and around us is the nature and the world which we have corrupted, while ahead of us in a parallel universe is our new nature and world, graciously created by our Maker in his Son's death and resurrection. In this life, you're living either in the reality of our corrupted nature and world, or you're living in the reality of our new nature and world that our Maker has already remade outside time. Who determines which nature and world you're living in? Well, you do. You throw the switch. Then the cosmic death and resurrection expressed at Calvary actualize here in your life. Just as even our crude high-frequency trading computers can analyze in a millisecond hundreds of buys and sells on the stock market and send hundreds of alternative offers to the stock exchange, so our Maker can in a millisecond arrange thousands of events which protect the exercise of your free will, yet move everything a step nearer to his own plan. But you alone determine how long you spend crucifying or exalting your Maker. While you're in this world as part of the Creator Son, you're therefore either letting the Spirit of his life shape your nature and the world, or you're succumbing to your nature to exploit the world. The uncreated Spirit of his Son applies the eternal work of real change wrought by the Maker himself in his Son's death, whereas our nature applies a temporary band-aid. The first deals with the actual corruption, whereas the second deals with the symptoms. The first forms Christ within us more fully. The second tries just to imitate his nature. Both require human action, but one is based on the final renewal of the world wrought by God in Christ's resurrection, while the second is based on man's own attempts to save the world. The first is initiated by Christ within us, the second by man's best thoughts. Your will is the pivotal point for both. Moses, you remember, tried to free the Israelites by killing the slave driver. Then he freed them in reality by the effect of the plagues wrought in Christ's resurrection in eternity and actualized in his time. Later he had to stretch the staff over the Jordan, but it was Christ's supra-time power over the world of nature that actually divided the waters in time. So in our 21st century, we will continue to see the deterioration of our human nature and our world, repeatedly exposed as abnormal and unintended by the Creator. But alongside that encroaching chaos, there will persist the counteracting effects of the uncreated Spirit of the Maker's Son in unusual things, like the bacteria-killing penicillin discovered in fungus, or the power of non-violent resistance in Mandela and Gandhi, or the built-in capacity of an angry man to be calmed by a soft answer. As we begin to apply reality to the diverse ways in which our world seems to be going wrong, let us see in these coming sections how real power of our Maker's uncreated life in his Son can work through us. As we do that, we may find there are two ways to leave the world a better place. But more importantly, you may find why your Maker has made you so different from the rest of us. And you may grow up into the fullness of his Son, Christ.